Okay, a lot of people are not aware that you actually have a brand. It's with you all the time. Basically, it's your reputation. It's what other people are thinking about you, what they're describing you to other people. So, for example, if somebody says, "Oh, I met somebody the other day," and blah blah blah, and they start to describe that person, those are the attributes linked to your brand. So the importance of the message we're getting today is that be very aware of what your brand is saying about you and take control and management of that brand. It's actually quite easy to do. Don't be afraid of the words, or if you think, oh, this is an American concept. I hope what you can do is get behind the message of it's something that works for you and it's very easy to manage. So it's not just a corporate thing, it's for everyone out there who is either in employment or has their own business. Okay, so why all the fuss? Because personal branding is actually quite a hot topic. The fact is that the world has changed. Everybody knows it's changed. It's much faster paced. There's so much more information. We have more competitors than we had before, because no longer is it just competitors down the street from you. People can buy products online, they can investigate, they can research you. So there are many ways that people are testing what your business is about, what you're offering, what the value you're offering, up and above the price, because a lot of people don't just go on price. They want to know that you're reliable, they can trust you. Okay, so the world has now changed very much, and in order to compete in this changing world, organisations are focusing ever more on their corporate brands, because it takes such a lot of time and effort to get the clients. So the worst thing that could happen is they actually lose them through the after-sales service, or they're not living up to their expectations, and you just go round and round in circles with your marketing, your efforts, your staff. So people are very, very wary. Everybody's fighting for the same clients, in the different fields. And so basically what they're trying to do is make sure that once they've got the clients, as Margaret said, is that everybody is singing from the same hymn sheet, that everybody's defending the brand, they're bringing all of their strengths, passions to the business. Now, if you're a one-man band, that means you living your brand, or if it's employees, exactly as Margaret said, it's very important that you surround yourself with people who are also passionate about what you're trying to achieve. All right, that's the way to not only keep the clients, but also to attract new ones, which is obviously what generates the growth. Corporate branding versus personal branding, it's based on the same concepts. It's basically your reputation and your image out there in the community. It's not just with your clients. Margaret alluded to, a friend can wreck your brand. That's very true. Your actual community are your friends, your relatives, your customers, your clients, the school teachers. It's how you behave, what you do every single day. It has to be consistent. You cannot put on one hat for your business and behave in a certain way, and then, in the next moment, you're behaving in a completely different way that's giving off different signals. People believe what they see before they believe what they hear. So if you're giving inconsistent signals, they'll believe what they see first. It will take you a long time to make up that ground again. So very important, first impressions and consistency. Differentiation is the key. I've put the chosen one. The idea is if you think in a supermarket you have yogurts on the shelf, what all of the manufacturers are trying to do is to get you to choose their yogurt. So they're branding it in a certain way, and they're trying to get across the message of what value they're adding. Now you get what are called generic brands, which don't do a lot of marketing, they don't have fancy packages, and they're competing on price. Strong brands can actually, earn a premium. They're slightly more expensive, but they create customer loyalty because they've built up this sort of guarantee in the product or the service that they're offering. So you imagine you choose the Danone yogurts. You know you're paying more than the Marca Mercadona, Hacendado, but because you're so used to it, you know you can trust it, the fruit is real fruit and it's big pieces, so you're prepared to pay the premium, and that's what we all need to do. We need to differentiate ourselves from our competitors, and we have to find out the best way to do that. How am I the same as my competitors, and how am I better? How am I different? What's the value that I'm offering to my clients? Why should they choose me? And you need to know that, and you need to really project that all of the time in every message, every communication, whether it's an email, a phone call, a conversation, your website has to be consistent with this same message of value. Because we're all small businesses here, or small to medium, I'm not sure of the size of everybody's business, we are actually our own corporate brand. Our values, our passions, our behaviour, our actions are actually mirroring and leading our corporate brand. So, as Margaret introduced, you have to get to know yourself really, really well. Who are you? And quite often, as we mature over time, we don't stop to take a quick look at the experiences we've accumulated, the behaviours we've adopted, you know, positive and negative things. So getting to know yourself better is an honest look at who I am, and it's also checking in your brand community, how am I perceived? That's a key word as well, perception. Other people's perception is a form of reality. What they see is what they believe. And again, it goes back to, you know, you have to transmit the correct message, otherwise it's very difficult to get them to believe something different. My approach to branding, given that I came into it from the image consultancy, which I'd like to clarify, by the way, for everybody, image is not a frivolous, industry where everybody's just worried about clothes and makeup and accessories. For me, it's the exact opposite. Clothes, accessories are just a tool that we use as part of the process to build the confidence, the self-esteem, to build the appropriate image for the business that you're in. It doesn't matter if you're an IT techie, you need to dress in a certain way that clients would expect, or if you're into banking, or if you're, I don't know, a personal trainer. It's about being appropriate, well-groomed, well-dressed, and then asserting that confidence with some other topics that we'll go into in a moment. So I really do insist that image is not a frivolous industry, and a lot of people forget about their own image, and it's contradicting the messages that they're trying to get across about their business. And people, you know, when they don't get the correct messages, they'll believe the negative one first. Personal branding is a process whereby you do the introspection, you take a look at yourself, you ask the outside community what they think of you, you check to see if the messages are consistent, where they're identifying weaknesses, etc. And quite often, when you find out what your passions are, your values are, where your strengths are, what your attributes are, you may have the surprise that you're actually in the wrong profession, or you're trying to create a business that doesn't suit your strengths. And it's very, very difficult to be tremendously successful if you're doing things that go against your natural strengths. People are less engaged and less motivated, less passionate when it's not coming naturally from them. They may be interested in it, and this is a concept that's called motivated skills or burnout skills. And the burnout skills, I've had loads of these over my time. I've been promoted within the Swiss group because they could trust me, I was capable, etc. And looking back, a lot of my job description was based on skills that I was very capable of doing and did well, but I really wasn't enjoying them that much. I just did them because it was part of it. There was only a certain percentage of my job description that really I was passionate about and I excelled at. Had I known that, I probably would have chosen slightly different careers and promotions so that I could live that more of the time and be more successful than just accepting opportunities as they came along. And that's the same as if you're going into business. You need to know what your strengths are and what really you're passionate about, because this will come into your leadership, this will come into your communication to your clients so that you're credible and people can believe in the value that you're offering.